Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you're all doing well, keeping safe in this lockdown period of time. And I'm picking up the camera now after Magnemite Spotlight Hour. And I am very, very pissed off right now, because for the month of April they've taken it back to being a solo Pokemon for this the Spotlight Hour event that they brought in very recently, 2 months ago or so, and this one was crap. This one could have been fantastic. Magnemite, brilliant shiny. It's a shiny that not everybody has. I know there are quite a few people in my friends group and the WhatsApp chats that don't have them. I didn't have one until quite recently. I would always like another, but if anything, it's fantastic to stock up for low-level accounts and get some good candy. It was a double catch candy bonus, and build up your electric type team. And the spawns were f***ing dreadful. They were absolutely awful. I'm not joking. I'm going to put up a screen recording I took. I took a solid 10-minute screen recording. I won't show that all to you because this video won't be that long. But like, I ran lures and incense for the whole hour. First 30 minutes I just ran normal lures. They brought in basically no Pokemon at all. It was mostly just the Easter event Pokemon. And then I ran 2 magnetic lures for the last 30 minutes. So from 6:30 to 7 PM, I ran magnetic lures on my 2 stops, and they brought in 1 Magnemite between them. 1. What the f*** is that about? And the incense, okay, incense was probably the best way to get Magnemite, because Magnemite outside of incense, the spawn points were crap. There were no boosted rates at all, it seemed. It felt like, Magnemite had sort of just been lightly sprinkled in there as like a nest Pokemon or something. So I wanted to get my initial feelings out there, because for the last 40 minutes I've written a very long Twitter reply to Niantic support and Pokemon Go app and stuff, and venting my irritation, because where they're probably getting their knickers in a twist with this whole thing is they're probably looking at the immediate reaction of last week, but they're not using their brain because they're Niantic and they're f***ing idiots. Let's look at some of the facts. So last week, Purloin, I didn't record Purloin, I didn't even play Purloin, I had the app on because I was transferring and clearing storage. Purloin spawns were everywhere. It was like a community day. It was exactly like the spawns that we had for Spoink and for Onyx, if you remember. Those 2 videos will be linked up there for the first 2 Spotlight Hours that we had. And then in between then and now, we've had a mixture of random every weather boosted Pokemon spawn, basically. So if it was rainy weather, you got rainy boosted Pokemon, which was crap, frankly, because who wants a Spotlight Hour like that? I know a lot of people did get shinies through that, but for me, I didn't actually get a shiny through any of those, it was like 6 Spotlight Hour events where it was any Pokemon, basically. Last week with Purloin, it was everywhere. But the thing is, Purloin couldn't be shiny, no shiny potential, it serves no purpose in the raid gym meta, and as far as I'm aware, I have never seen anyone use one in PvP. Not in recommended, not in Great League, not anything like that. So it's a non-entity Pokemon, really. They could have given it some value by adding the shiny in, because, like I said in a couple of videos ago, why not add the shiny in? Perfect opportunity, but they didn't. So what Niantic have probably done is they've taken the immediate feedback of people maybe not catching, people maybe not playing, and they're going, oh, people aren't that bothered. Magnemite is one of the better Pokemon. It's fantastic shiny, very exclusive, really great shiny family. It's been given some big purpose in the electric type meta, because Magnezone has fantastic ability as a raid counter. Certainly it's cheap. pretty easy. You don't need a Sinnoh Stone. It's a lure evolve, so you can evolve a batch of them off a magnetic lure. If you miss Raikou and Zapdos in your decks, it is the second best electric type Pokemon to have. The only thing is Electivire. Realistically, trying to get one of those, you need a Sinnoh Stone, and B, you need to hatch a good Elekid, which is a bit more difficult compared to just maybe lucky trading, or just mass trading Magnemite, which is what I plan to do with all the catches I got. Yeah, I really don't understand why Niantic massively nerfed the spawns of this one. I think I don't know how to describe my feelings, really. I'm just really annoyed because I was expecting Purloin-esque from last week. I was expecting those kind of spawns, and the thing is, they can't say, oh, there was an event going. Purloin ran over the April Fool's Prankster event, didn't it? And everyone was actually like, why is Purloin overclassing Krogunk and that lot? Because Niantic, if anybody ends up watching this, Niantic, Purloin is crap, Magnemite is actually useful. Players want to get a useful Pokemon. So how dare you put Magnemite as an advertised Spotlight Hour Pokemon and then basically nerf it to the point where it's a non-entity spawn? How dare you? I think I need to check my catches and stuff. I haven't actually looked properly, but I think I probably caught about 50 to 60 Magnemite in this time period. I didn't get a shiny, not really too fussed if I got the shiny or not. I was more in it for getting the double candy, stocking up on them. I've got some alt accounts that need extra electric types. It's like building up the second electric type team, basically. So first one will be filled with Raikou and Zapdos, and then the second one can be Elekid or Electivire and Magnezone. And I'm frankly appalled. I don't care about the IVs, I don't care about all of that. I will complain to Niantic. I've already complained to Niantic support, but I will go back on them because I used 400 coins to get some magnetic lures, and the magnetic lures didn't do their job. Literally, in the screen recording, I think they bring in one Magnemite, one Skarmory, and one Electrike, and then a Lairon. No, that was it. That was all of the spawns it brought in. So I'm frankly appalled, and having just seen on some of the trending stuff on Twitter and the hashtags, like hashtag Spotlight Hour, New Zealand and Australia experienced similar issues. I expect other parts of the world experienced issues as well in this manner, where like the spawns were crap. And the thing is, I guarantee you, and I will hold myself to this because I might actually make a video this time next week, I guarantee you Wobbuffet is the next Spotlight Hour Pokemon, and I guarantee you, because A, it's not a shiny eligible Pokemon, B, it's not particularly useful in raids. I mean, it's okay as a gym defender because it's tanky, and PvP I've never seen one used ever, so it's not a PvP meta Pokemon. I guarantee you the spawns will be everywhere. I guarantee you of that 100%. And then I'm expecting the same with Pidgey. Pidgey will be like today, in the sense that it's a shiny. I don't have shiny Pidgey. It's eluded me for 2.5 years or something, and I guarantee you, because it's a shiny eligible Pokemon, that Niantic will nerf the spawns of that one. I'm calling it now. Wobbuffet spawns will be like a plague, and Pidgey will be like once COVID-19 is gone. That will be like it. It'll be a sort of like Wobbuffet will be like the lockdown, and then Pidgey will be post-lockdown. How about that? But yeah, I'm just very irritated. Let me know how you felt about the magnetic. Oh, I keep saying magnetic because I put magnetic lures down and I've wasted them. I'm definitely going to try and get my money back for those. Let me know how your Magnemite Spotlight Hour went. Are you as equally hacked off as I am? Because it's one of my favourite Pokemon personally. I was really hoping to go gung-ho. I mean, I lured to 2 stops and had an incense running. I was expecting great spawns. I got my girlfriend on the game for her account, and she really doesn't play very much. I was like, you need to play this one if you want to get a good Pokemon. And where were the spawns? Really? Yes, so sorry, this is a little short video. on its own. And I want to actually, okay, on a lighter note, thank you very much everybody for the new subscribers, for the pretty insane reaction for the last video. We're up to, when I'm up there, while I'm recording this, we're up to about 500 and something views on that last video, so it's done pretty well, which I'm very happy about. And I appreciate everybody who's commented, liked the video, and is a new subscriber, so welcome. On that note, I also like to say, over half of you who are watching are not subscribed, so if you want to subscribe, that would that'd be very nice. Certainly. But yeah, I don't tend to do I did a little rant at the end of the last video because of the fact that I felt that Niantic were not responding correctly, and indeed actually they did put out a notice to the European, Middle Eastern and African region, as it's called, the EMEA or something or other. They put out a notice saying, we are aware of your server issues impacting the Maril Battle Day. There will be a rerun, or there will be recompense or something like that. So they acknowledged it, but it took them like 10 or 12 hours to do it, which I don't know whether that's because of the time difference and Niantic are all asleep while we were playing, but it did seem like a very, very late reply, and it took a Twitter storm to get them to do anything. Like I said, they only listen when there's a huge mass of people hurling abuse at them, or if it's a big influencer for YouTube or Twitch or something that actually forces them to take action. Whereas now we've actually had some action. However, I feel that Niantic are kind of misadvertising and mischeasing these events massively, because you can't, they're not, these last two, if you compare the two spotlight hours, they are not the same. They are not the same in any retrospect. And if you compare it to, say, Niantic have been guilty of this in the past, where, for example, if you look at, I think it's an older video, the old Lugia and Ho-Oh raid weekend, when they came back for 3 days, they advertised that as a special raid weekend, and there were no raids anywhere. I think we managed to do like 10 raids in 3 days, whereas if you compare that to Darkrai, which came for 4 days, we did 30 raids in day 1. So Niantic, you are not equal when you're advertising an event that is the same on paper. That's where you're going wrong, and you need to seriously have a rocket up your ass if you think that people are not going to be pissed off, because unless you suddenly announce that Wobbuffet is going to be shiny eligible in the wild, I'm not playing next week. You can frankly f*** off. I am not playing. And then Pidgey, if you have the spawn rates as you had today, whereby Pidgey is basically non-existent, I will be on Twitter again, being really pissed off. And it's seriously seeding doubt. I mean, we've already had doubts, and how you mishandled the European rerun of Slack Off and put it over freaking GoFest. I mean, why would you think that's a good idea? I don't understand who these people are at Niantic who think, let's overrun one event with another and let's decide the priority. If you think, I don't know, it's just so stupid. Some people are really stupid, clearly. Or something has gone horribly wrong on the servers. But in that case, don't just sit there with your head in the sand. Say something on social media to your player base and acknowledge that something has gone wrong, and maybe rerun Spotlight Hour. If you reran Spotlight Hour for Magnemite Thursday, or maybe next week in addition or something, and said here is some actual proper spawns, I would put my magnetic lures down again, if I had guarantee that there were actually going to be freaking spawns. So, yeah. That's my rant done. Yeah. God. I'm going to use this negative energy in a positive way and take it out and go and do a run. Anyway, I want to say thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you are new, as I know like 50% of you who are watching this are new, or found this through YouTube search. Why not subscribe and throw a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Again, apologies, this is not the typical video. Go and check out the last video for actually something that might be quite enjoyable to watch. This is just me having a good old rant. and thank you very much for everybody who's new, who's liked and commented on all of the videos. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Anyway, take care, everybody.